Till dinner time, so I'm just going to give this a try. I've got some of the salmon, some of the rice, a bit of the carrot, a bit of the pepper. I'm just going to pop this in and see how it tastes. That's really nice. The salmon is really soft, it melts in the mouth, the vegetables are lovely and soft. Still a little bit al dente, but I quite like them like that. And everything just works really well together with the tomato and stuff. So that is delicious. Hi everyone and welcome back to Googie's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis, and in today's video I want to share with you how to make my delicious slow cooker Mediterranean fish stew. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make a delicious Mediterranean fish stew. So this recipe is really easy to do, and it uses the slow cooker because I fancy a lazy day today. I don't fancy standing in front of a hob and cooking away, so I am using my slow cooker. But for any of my meals, if you want to know how to cook them on the hob, then please let me know in the comments below and I can do that for you. So for this dish I have peeled, sliced and diced one red onion. I then removed the top from a red pepper, took out the core and the stalk, and then I just sliced and diced the red pepper into like 1/2 centimetre pieces. It doesn't really matter too much. If you like chunky stews, then cut your vegetables a lot bigger. We quite like stews, but I don't think my husband and son like chunky vegetables, which is a shame because I do, but anyway, so I have to always cut them a little bit smaller. So as I said, I peeled, sliced and diced one red onion, and then I chopped up a red pepper into like 1/2 centimetre pieces, just roughly chopped. And then I have peeled, sliced and diced one courgette and one carrot as well. And then from the garden I still, luckily enough, still have some oregano growing. If you don't have any fresh oregano, then you can always use dried oregano. And then I have a small handful of thyme as well that I've picked from the garden as well. And if you don't have fresh, then you can always use dried, that's fine, just a teaspoon is fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these into my slow cooker pot like so, and then I'm going to add some chicken stock to that. So I've got about 400 ml of chicken stock. In the original recipe I said to use about 600 ml, but that serves 4 and I'm only serving 3, well 2 and a little one today, so that's why I'm only using 400 ml. And I've also got a tin of tomatoes as well. So what I like to do is pour the tomatoes in first, and then I like to add the stock to the tin. And this gets rid of the juice around the outside. So I'm just going to pour that in as well. And as you can see, that's got rid of the tomato juice from around the outside. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour the rest in. I also have some green beans here, so I've got like 1.5 handfuls of green beans. It'll probably be me eating most of those green beans, I have to say. And then I've just got to go and get a spoon. I won't be a moment. I've got my spoon, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of salt. Salt and pepper to your taste, that's absolutely fine. And I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper as well. And then to this I'm also going to add a little bit of tamari, and this just gives it a little bit of extra flavour. I know it's not very Italian or Mediterranean of me, but it just adds a little bit of extra flavour to all of the vegetables in here. And the fish I will be adding in later as well. If you add fish in at the beginning of a fish stew in a slow cooker, it tends to go all rubbery, and no one likes rubbery fish, do they? So I always add my fish in at the end. I've just got to go and get the lid for this as well now. And I forgot to say, salt and pepper to your taste, obviously. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the lid to the top of my slow cooker, and I'm going to turn this on low for about 5 to 6 hours, and then at the end of that I'll add my fish in and I'll cook off the rice as well at that point. But if you wanted this quicker, you could put it on high for about 2 to 3 hours, and then all I'm going to do now is just let this cook away, let the aroma of this dish fill the air in our house, and then at the end of the day we're going to have a delicious meal to eat. So yes, as I said, I'm just going to let this cook now. The vegetables in the pot have been cooking for about 6 hours. I've put my rice on to boil, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the salmon into the slow cooker pot. So to do this, I'm going to remove the skin. Now in the original recipe I said to use cod, but I don't have any cod in the fridge, or bassa actually I think it was, but I don't have any of that today. So I decided to use salmon, and I've thought about it and I thought you could actually use any kind of fish you like for this dish really. So what I'm going to do to remove the skin is I'm going to put my hand on top of the skin, and then I'm just going to move the knife, I'm going to wiggle it along underneath the skin and the flesh of the salmon. I'm going to remove that, and then all I'm simply going to do is I'm just going to chop up the salmon like so into little cubes, and then I'm going to pop this into my slow cooker pot like so, and I'm going to leave this to cook for about 30 minutes or until the salmon becomes the flesh falls away from itself quite easily. So I normally find that 30 minutes is perfect, because you don't want to overcook salmon, because as I said earlier it will go all rubbery. So my salmon is in the pot now and my rice is cooking away, so my dinner is nearly done, and I will try a bit just to let you know how it tastes. As I said, I thought I'd give this a little try, and I just thought I'd share with you how the salmon is supposed to look when it's cooked in the slow cooker. So the flesh just flakes away from itself very easily. So that's how you know when the salmon is cooked. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this a little try, because it smells so good and I can't wait until dinner time. So I'm just going to give this a try. I've got some of the salmon, some of the rice, a bit of the carrot, a bit of the pepper. I'm just going to pop this in and see how it tastes. That's really nice. The salmon is really soft. It melts in the mouth, the vegetables are lovely and soft. Still a little bit al dente, but I quite like them like that. And everything just works really well together with the tomato and stuff. So that is delicious, and I'm really looking forward to my dinner this evening. That's how you make my delicious slow cooker Mediterranean fish stew, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be having this for our dinner this evening, and it smells and tasted so good I can't wait. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye!